watched the same argument get recycled for years. I'm Dr. Dave, your transgender health and hormone specialist, and in fact, it's now been 30 years I've been watching this. Trans people in bathrooms are dangerous. Researchers just took another look at the evidence, not opinions, not social media arguments, actual data. And what they found should force a much more honest conversation. Unfortunately, it probably won't. But the Williams Institute at UCLA School of Law, one of the most respected legal organizations studying LGBTQ policy in the United States, published a major review in February 2025. They examined data from Massachusetts, natural crime surveys, and multiple studies across states and local jurisdictions. The conclusions were very straightforward. There is absolutely no evidence that allowing transgender people to use bathrooms consistent with their gender identity increases risks or safety or privacy for other people. That's not limited evidence, not mixed evidence, not evidence that these policies increase assaults, harassment, or other public safety incidents. The safety picture for cis people was essentially unchanged. What the data did show was something else entirely. Transgender people themselves consistently report harassment, denial of access, intimidation, and physical assault in public restrooms. And those risks increase when policies force people to use facilities based on sex assigned at birth rather than their lived gender. As a physician, that's the part that catches my attention because this isn't just a political debate. It's a health issue. And more than half transgender people report avoiding public restrooms altogether. Think about that for a minute. People limiting water intake, holding urine for hours, planning entire days around avoiding a public bathroom. Sometimes missing school, leaving work, avoiding travel, avoiding public spaces. And the medical consequences are exactly what you would expect. Urinary tract infections, dehydration, kidney-related problems. In one survey, 8% reported a urinary tract infection or kidney-related health problem in the previous year, specifically because they avoided using public restrooms. That is measurable harm, not theoretical risk or harm, not hypothetical harm, actual harm affecting real people. Now let's talk about the harder part. The review is rigorous. It adds to years of research reaching similar conclusions, and yet many people who believe transgender individuals are a threat will never be persuaded by this evidence, not because they're unintelligent, because that's not how human beings work. When beliefs become tied to identity, culture, or politics, people rarely change their minds because of a study. They simply reinterpret it, dismiss it, or completely ignore it. Psychologists have been describing this phenomenon for decades, which brings us to the current policy debate. The January 2025 executive order argued that transgender women pose a threat to women's safety in intimate single-sex spaces and used that claim to justify separating people according to anatomical sex. But the evidence supporting that claim simply isn't there. As the lead author of the review noted, the current debate is being driven by a narrative that has been repeatedly asserted without evidence, a narrative, not a finding. That doesn't mean evidence doesn't matter. It does. We keep collecting it, we keep publishing it, and we keep making sure the public record is accurate. But we should also be honest about something. For the people living through this right now, waiting for politics to catch up with the evidence is not a survival strategy. For people and patients, they deserve safety now. They deserve access now. They deserve dignity now. And they deserve to be treated as human beings regardless of what any legislator, governor, president, or political commentator says. So let me ask you, what's the one thing you wish more people understood about the reality of navigating public spaces as a transgender person? I genuinely like to know your answer, although I'm a bit afraid I already know what it is. And as always, I appreciate your support. It means so much to me. And we'll talk soon. Remember to love, support, and protect each other.